Happy New Year, everybody! And surprise, here's a live stream. It's New Year's Day, and it's a time when a lot of people are thinking about what they want out of the new year. And I thought this was a great time to do some channel reviews to help people get their New Year's off to the right start, hopefully. So, as per usual, please just bear with me while I get myself fully set up here. There's a couple things I can't do until the stream goes live. Hey Amanda, Happy New Year to you. Just getting set up here, so I'm going to pop out chat like a ninja. That's one of the things I can't do until the stream goes live, is get my chat up. There we go. And then I'm just going to share this to some Facebook groups, and then we're going to get right into it. How was everyone's Christmas and New Year's? I got myself a new camera, so hopefully this looks a little better than in the past. I've also got some lighting and microphones and other cool stuff for Christmas, but I haven't figured out all that stuff yet. So for now, I'm just trying out the new webcam. My previous webcam was a Logitech that that basically said it was 720p, but it never looked like it was the right aspect ratio. When I did previous live streams, you may have noticed it looked like 4:3, not 16:9. So I don't know about that. Was it Logitech spelled with a Y, maybe? I don't know. But I got this new one. And so I posted about it in the group a little while ago. People kind of ragging on me because it wasn't like top of the line. But you know what? It's better than what I had. So it was a nice Christmas present. So I'm happy to put it to some use. Amanda, you got a new laptop. That's cool. I'm very much thinking about getting a new desktop, a new Surface tablet. I don't know. Like, it takes me... The kind of videos that I make on Vacation Impossible now are getting so complicated with like the layers of effects and different things that I'm doing that rendering a 3 to 4 minute video takes at least an hour. And so my computer, my desktop, it's like 5 years old. I got the Haswell chip like the day it came out, and that was like 2013, June 2013. So I could definitely stand to get a new computer, but is now the right time to make that expense? I don't know. So, yeah. All right. I think I've begun my sharing blitz there. So, how do I sound? How do things look? Is everything okay? Let me know in the chat. I've looked at your channel before, Amanda, but I suppose I can go peek at maybe one of your videos while we wait for more people to join us. Oh, you're certified to build a desktop. See, the thing is, I don't mind upgrading many things like, you know, graphics cards and hard drives and RAM and stuff like that. But the second I have to touch the chip, the CPU, that makes me nervous. I don't know. Looking good. Thank you. So yeah, I would build my own, but honestly, I like Dell. Probably to somebody who builds computers probably sounds a little crazy, but yeah, that's just the thing is I've done various things. I've bought from like Best Buy, I've bought from a couple local OEM places here in Vancouver, and it seems like the Dell machines tend to last and perform better in the long run versus that stuff. Your job description is building computer and designing websites. Okay, yeah. So I mean, yeah, you know way more about this stuff than I do. So I'll stay in my lane, and I'll take a look at your channel or your video here. I just picked your most recent one, just to kind of take a look. We use some Videolytics stuff here. As you know, Amanda, I did just get yesterday, New Year's Eve. I got a new video out on Small YouTubers Boost channel here, which is how to use Videolytics. And right before I went live, I just finished recording the voiceover for the next tutorial, which is how to use Videolytics Part 2, where I'm actually going to show people how to use the compare and tools options at the top there. So, you mentioned in the Facebook group, that's the Small YouTubers Boost Facebook group, for anyone who doesn't know, that you were having trouble ranking your tags for anything other than your channel name. And that's understandable, particularly for a young channel. That can take a little while to get going. But let's see here. Okay, I'm already seeing some things you can do to possibly improve your search engine rank optimization, your tag ranking here on this video. So your title is how to make ceramic cups. Cool. The hashtags that you have here is DIY, Amanda's Right Life, and Pottery Tutorial. What I would suggest is there should be maybe a hashtag ceramic cups. Maybe replacing your channel name since you're already ranking well for that. I don't know. Or maybe replacing DIY, just because DIY is such a broad term. I don't know. But yeah, ceramic cups. Try to put that up there. And looking at the description of the video here, okay, you got how to make ceramic cups. Yeah, I mean, at the top, I would suggest maybe right at the top, just saying, hey, this is, you know, how to make ceramic cups. Get it right in there at the beginning. There's some theories that how early it appears could be important to SEO. We don't know. I mean, we don't really know anything for certain when it comes to the algo, but that's one of the theories. Oh, it's interesting. It looks like you've got your tags written here in the description. That's an interesting approach. So that probably explains why over here it says this video's tags appear 23 times in the title description. My advice, though, about that, and I mean, it would be try to put this in a sentence structure in a paragraph format, because otherwise it might look like keyword packing. And so if somebody from YouTube, like if this video was to be reported or something, and somebody from YouTube were to look at it, they prefer seeing descriptions that read in sentence form. And so if this is almost like a blog entry that includes those terms, that would probably be more popular, not more popular, but be more okay with YouTube. So okay, let's just take a look here. And so you've got the comment there. Do you like the cups? And because one of my rules about these live streams is I don't actually watch the video, I can't usefully respond to that. So just looking here. 3 search results. That's weird. This video has 3 search results for its tags, but I'm only seeing 2 down below. Let's see here. What kind of tags are you using? Okay, you do have ceramic cups, which is good. How to make ceramic cups, that's good. Okay. So there's no end screen added, which is interesting. I'm just going to jump to sort of the end of the video to see kind of the framing of how it ends. Okay. So I don't know much about this video, of course, but if you're able to add an end screen, that's not a bad thing. What you could do is add the shortest end screen allowed and just put like one video link up in the top right-hand corner, this space over here. And then maybe a subscribe link in the top left, even though you don't have a proper fully formatted end card or whatever. And if and when you do get like TubeBuddy, for example, the paid version, you can get the Roberto Blake YouTube Starter Kit sample pack. It's a mouthful, but it comes with a bunch of different sort of end screen templates that you can just straight up use, or you can open them up in Photoshop or something else and then modify them to suit your needs better. And then you can just put that towards the end. And maybe try and find some royalty-free music you might be able to play over the end screen, or have the end screen appear as like some audio continues from the video if it's appropriate. That would be a possible idea. One thing I'm also noticing here, just in the video, is I'm not seeing a watermark in the bottom right-hand corner. So if you go into your channel settings, there's a branding option in Creator Studio that allows you to have sort of a watermark. So the way that works is it's a graphic with very few colors, I think like 2 or 3 maximum, and I think it needs to be a PNG and semi-transparent. I think they make it semi-transparent, at least. But the idea is you can set it so that at a certain point in all your videos, say 30 seconds in, the watermark appears in the bottom right-hand corner, and it'll appear very small on desktop, so it's not obtrusive or anything, but it's a subscribe link, basically. So that might be another thing that you could possibly do to help drive subscribers. But other than that, I mean, it looks like you're doing a lot of the technical stuff right here. These things do just take time. I think one thing to focus on might be strategic sharing, making sure that you find people who are, you know, I mean, ideally, find people who has problems and questions that your videos solve. Let's see, is this going to show up? Yeah, okay. It also looks like it hasn't been shared on Reddit, so that might be worth doing. Yeah. I'm going to pop over to chat and see how chat's doing. Okay, we got some people here. No dragon, please. Awesome. Looks like Amanda likes the tutorials. Glad to hear it. No dragon, please. Yes, I want a channel review, Ray. Hope the family is well, though. Yeah, the family is getting there. They're still not completely well, but give me, like, another week or two, and God willing, my family will stop being, like, you know, sick and injured and in hospital and other such stuff. Alright, so for the name, it's a good search score on the TubeBuddy Search Explorer. That's the TubeBuddy browser plugin we got on the far right-hand side here. But again, it's the channel name, so that doesn't necessarily mean much. Most used tags include things like Spyro Reignited Trilogy, so that tells me quite a bit about your channel. And I mean, because you're, you know, active in the group and stuff, I kind of know a little bit, but trying to pretend I don't. League of Legends, Overwatch, Spyro the Dragon on PS4, so, okay, there's some consistency there, which is pretty good. The videos that show up are all yours except for one where you were a guest as an interview on somebody else's channel, which is good. So that's fine. You've got your logo here, and I think I've looked at this before, like probably a little over a year ago, I'm thinking, because I remember mentioning, and I'll just mention it again, that I'm in Canada, and in Canada there is a provincial and federal political party called the New Democratic Party, which the acronym is NDP. But their color is orange. So while you might be having their acronym, you're not, you know, on their branding at all, because that's not their color. So it's just funny. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw that NDP. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, though. I like the sort of, you know, it's kind of like it's almost like a ceramic coin, and it looks like a dragon has clawed it. Which is pretty cool. I mean, it only looks like 2 claw marks, but if you did 3 or 5, whatever, people would be like, oh, is it Wolverine? Is it Freddy Krueger? What? Like, so maybe keeping it 2 is a good way to go, and hopefully keeps it readable, so that's fine. Channel description. Hey everyone, I'm currently a variety gamer, but I would be looking into more variety content in general, whether that be ... So I think there's some work to be done here. But before I get too critical, I want to point out this guy's got 1.8 thousand subscribers, 1,849 subscribers. He's got nearly double my subscriber count, and he's got nearly triple my number of videos. So take my advice with a grain of salt. But again, I've said this on previous live streams, so, you know, and I'm going to repeat myself a lot when I do these things. So I just apologize in advance, I guess. But the hey everyone at the beginning is conversational, but it's not searchable, and it doesn't tell people what your channel is about. So I think talking that way in a video is fine, but not so much in your channel description, and certainly not at the beginning of your channel description, because you're wasting vital character space there. Quick version of my Above the Fold rant. So if anyone who's watching don't know what Above the Fold means, back in the day when newspapers were a thing and newsstands were a thing, people would be walking down, you know, Main Street or whatever, there would be a newspaper stand and there'd be a stack of newspapers. And they'd look over and they would only see the top newspaper in a pile, and it would normally be folded in half. So everything above the crease you would see casually walking by, but everything below you had to take action to see. You had to pick it up, open it up, purchase the newspaper. So for advertising, any advertising above the fold, traditionally the advertisers were charged more, and this is where editors and like design and layout people would really stress over, like, I need the best headline and the most interesting picture and stuff above the fold to encourage people to pick that paper up and buy it and read it. So this is sort of the modern day equivalent above the fold, is, I think, for channel descriptions, it's the part of your description that appears in search results. So really, like, make every character count as much as possible. I am currently a variety gamer, but I'll be looking into making more variety content. So variety is used there twice. Find a synonym is my advice if you want to keep that structure, because using the same keyword more than once doesn't amplify it. That used to be true in like the days of GeoCities in the 90s, but it hasn't been true in a very long time. So repetition within the same area doesn't help you. You know, if it's in your channel name, your description, your title, your tags, like that kind of repetition in different places is super helpful, but repeating it more than once in the same area doesn't do anything for you. So, what it sounds like what I'm seeing here is that you consider yourself a variety gamer, which to me is sometimes challenging because in the Facebook group, people describe themselves as gamers, and I've said this before, but like a third of all of YouTube is gaming, and a third of all of YouTube is vlogs. So if you describe yourself solely as a gamer or a vlogger, you're not really narrowing it down. You've ruled out 2/3 of everything else on YouTube, but that's still super, super broad. Given that something like a year of content is uploaded every X number of minutes or something on YouTube, you know, you want to niche down, I think, a little bit more in the description. So what I'm seeing from the tags is you're playing things like Spyro, League of Legends, Overwatch, and the Spyro is on PS4. So if those tags are accurate, what I'm thinking is that you're a modern gamer, for example. So maybe not so much retro systems. So you could say I'm currently a modern variety gamer, or a modern gamer, or something like that. Or a PS4 gamer, if that's your platform that you use, or maybe it's PS4 and PC, but maybe you don't do like Nintendo Switch and Xbox. So you can say I'm a PS4 and PC gamer, something like that, because then it narrows it down to more than just a third of all of YouTube, and it can do it right away, like the first few words in your description. And so it sounds like you're wanting to expand beyond gaming. So depending on what that's like, what you're focusing on, what the expansion is, you could consider putting that in there. But also it's like, I am currently this. I think the currently could be discouraging to people because they might be like, well, yeah, okay, you're that now, but what are you going to be tomorrow? What if I like what's there? Is it just going to go away? Do I want to get emotionally invested in this TV show that's about to get canceled? Or that's about to get retooled with a new, whatever. So that might be, discouraging possibly. I understand, like, from the way I'm reading this is that you want to be really upfront and honest with people, and that's good. That's a great way to be in the videos, but the description, particularly, again, the above the fold section of the description, you need to be the unapologetic used car salesman. You need to be, just selling yourself fast and hard. So there's that. This live stream is actually going to be pretty short, I think. Okay, I probably can do about another 15 minutes. Sorry about the shortness of this. Life gets in the way. I just wanted to do something a little bit live for New Year's Day here, because I know that I think this is a lot of time where people are like, you know what, this is going to be the year for my channel. Or maybe someone's like, this is the year I'm going to start a channel. Or this is the year I'm going to do that thing that I've always known I needed to do to make my channel better, but it's too much work, or it was a change, or I was reluctant, or for whatever reason. This is like a nice opportunity. I mean, it's an arbitrary day on the calendar. I was joking about New Year's last night, with my friends and family that I was spending time with. I was like, oh, welcome to the non-event, right? Because nothing really happens. But who cares about that? If it's something that can inspire you or give you an opportunity to start fresh or have a new idea or get out of your own way in some way, that's super fantastic, and that's part of why I wanted to go live today. I think that's great. Use that optimism, use that energy, and start strong. So I'm going to do, if I don't destroy my microphone, I'm going to do what I can to promote that. So let's dive into the No Dragons Please channel, which I think is a cool name for a channel. So you got a trailer. The trailer's 45 seconds. That sounds great. Again, very conversational description, which I think isn't super useful. Hey all, hope you enjoy this. I'd cut that straight out. I tried to put together my own personal channel trailer that I hope you enjoy. Cut that down to my own personal channel trailer. Or not even personal, just I don't know, just channel trailer. You say I'm going for a more theatrical approach in this one. Again, it's okay to be upfront and honest in the video, but in the descriptions, let's hype it. Let's do this. So let's go check out my new theatrical channel trailer. Something like that. I think that's cool. And flush it out a little bit more, because again, this is the above the fold. You got your GoFundMe there, which you may or may not want above the fold. That's your choice, but maybe sell it a little bit more before having the ask. So give a little bit more value. It's like, check out my new cinematic trailer where I show you the best video games has to offer, or something like that. So that's just my thought there. Cool channels to check out. I like that. Although, it is kind of breaking it into a second line by saying to check out. How about just cool channels? And maybe keep the exclamation point, but that keeps it all just on one line. And again, you'll get a little bit more stuff above the fold on that side. Related channels is good. That means YouTube knows what you're doing. Your banner is sharp. I like your banner. I've got no criticism there. I like it. The text pops. The background is nice. I'm sure it looks great at all resolutions. That's solid. Social links. You got your Twitter, Google+, and Streamlabs. I need to learn Streamlabs. Facebook page, Discord, and that last thing, Leet Energy. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's just a gaming site, a message board, maybe a product. I don't know. But it's interesting because I noticed that you have your GoFundMe down here. And so the GoFundMe is important enough that you put it pretty high in your your channel trailer description, but there's not a link over here on the social side. And I mean, hey, that might be a good choice, because sometimes asking for donations could be off-putting to people, so I don't know. It just seems like a philosophical disconnect to me a little bit. Let's see here. You got your uploads, you got your popular uploads, League of Legends, other multiplayer games, Let's Plays, variety content. So you got vlogs, I'm seeing here. Offensive channel reviews. Interesting. Commenter of the month. Okay, that's kind of cool. Do you like read out the comments, like the most interesting comment in the month, or is it like a? Yeah, I'm curious as to what that is. Past streams, so you do live streaming. That's awesome. And you got your created playlists, and there I am. Ooh, that's exciting. The funny thing is normally I'd be like, oh, hey, don't share your liked videos, but you're totally promoting this live stream right now, so I'm not going to tell you not to do that. But no, I think that overall your channel layout here is very professional looking. It's pretty good. The variety content here I see is a playlist of playlists, which is interesting. It's got this one extra space here. And so one thing that you can feel free to do if you're not already is you can have videos exist in more than one playlist. There's an option when you're doing that to mark which one's sort of the official playlist, but yeah, you're totally fine to do that. And so maybe you want to put, like, I don't know, if you have a collection of videos where it's funny, then you could have, like, you know, funny videos at the end or something there. And the funny videos could easily weave through other different playlists and themes and streams. But then you just round out that one line, because that one little hole there looks a little out of place, but otherwise it's pretty solid. It's interesting that you have a Dior thing here for Overwatch and Fortnite. I don't know what that's all about. But it's also interesting that these two playlists have the same thumbnail. So there might be a missed opportunity there. I mean, I'm imagining that maybe there's one video that crossed over and it's the first, or the one... You can go into your playlist and select which video will serve as the thumbnail. And so I'd suggest for one of those, maybe using a different video as the thumbnail, just so that people have a more variety of things that they can click on when scrolling through your channel. You've got memberships you can have there. That's cool. When does that unlock? Or is that a gamer thing? Can I do that? I have 1,000 subscribers. I don't know. Let's check Channelytics. This will have to be my only other review today, just because I don't have a whole lot of time. I spent a lot of time working on a tutorial video before going live, so this is the cost of that. League of Legends, MOBAs, gaming, Overwatch, Final Fantasy, video games. Well, no, that's interesting, because I see Final Fantasy as a channel tag, but I don't recall seeing much in the way of Final Fantasy in your videos on your channel. So that's interesting. So I'm wondering if your channel tags might be worth bulking up a little bit more. You could put a bit more in there to maybe represent some of the newer things that you're doing. So your subscriber growth is kind of all over the place. I'm noticing that there was a slowdown between December 19th and the 26th. So I bet you, if we look, we're not going to see videos uploaded during that time frame. Nope. Well, there goes that theory. Oh, wow, you're doing multiple videos a day. Well, that explains how your video count's so high. I noticed on December 20th there was no video. So, I mean, try to even out the peaks and valleys, at least. Like one of these days where you had 5 videos, if you could have put one of those on hold to save it for December 20th, it would have had a little bit more of an even flow to it. I don't think that's related to your subscriber growth, though. That could just be people being people. You know, sometimes you get new people, sometimes you don't. Your viewership's pretty consistent, so not a whole lot of information there. That looks fine. Take a glance at the About page. My goal for you, the viewer, is to find a safe and comfortable place where you can forget about the troubles that may be going on in life for even a little while. I like that. I think you can make that a separate paragraph, because it's not going to make it above the fold, and it'll stand out a little bit more here in the description if it's its own paragraph, because that's talking about the why. And I think visually it would be easier on the eyes to have that broken out separately. I'll always do my best to provide a chill, relaxing environment so that you never feel frustrated nor angry about watching a video or a stream. That's kind of funny. Frustration and anger are really a big part of video games, at least the way I play them. So I'm wondering, are those the words that you truly mean? Because I imagine you'll have games where you're struggling in and they'll share your frustration and they might enjoy and sharing your anger in that. But it's probably not like the kind of stress that we're talking about, like the stress of life and being judged and things like that. So I'm wondering if frustration and anger are the real adjectives you want there, or not feel stress, or... yeah, something like, you know, stress or upset. Something like that, maybe? Because, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's just me and my philosophy about playing games. I mean, you know, I know Nintendo hard. You know, I wasted too much of my life not getting past the first level of RoboCop on the NES or other things like that. I could cite probably far too many examples. I haven't thrown a controller often, but I know the feeling when I do. So, it's interesting you send people to the Discord to know the schedule. I think that's cool. I think it's a good idea. You drive traffic to your Discord that way. And I like that. YouTube's been there a lot for me when I needed it. So as a YouTuber, I want to be there for you if you need it. I like that. So yeah, I think, like, you know, just break that out into a couple separate paragraphs where it's describing the content, then describing the why and the atmosphere you create. And I think that is visually good. You got your email, you're in the United States. You got some links here. I don't know. This is pretty good stuff. I think you're you know, you're kicking my butt, and you're doing quite well. It looks like you're on the right track. I think that just, yeah, a little bit of above the fold awareness is probably my only real core piece of advice, both when it comes to your channel and your video descriptions. But other than that, I think you're doing well. I'm gonna look at what's happening in chat here. Sorry, we don't have much time today. This was a very short notice, short thing, but you know, do what I can. Stay tuned for a new tutorial video on TubeBuddy coming soon. If you don't have TubeBuddy, there's a link in the description. There's also TalentZ, which has graphic design services. Those are both affiliate links. This video is not sponsored. Let me just take a look at what people have been saying in chat. December holidays... Okay, so you've seen some lower views recently is part of the issue. Yeah, that can be a challenge. It's happened on my channel where I had a real downturn in September to November, but then I had an upturn in the latter half of December, and I think that's because my travel channel is about travel, and people think more about travel after the holidays, not during. Not focused on not just one game, and that's totally fine. But again, you can niche down a bit more because you can do a multitude of games, but if it's on one or two platforms or one or two genres, then you can kind of make it nice and clear that you're focusing at least to that level. So for example, my travel channel, I can only compare to my personal experience. It's like I could say I'm travel, and when I do, the algorithm doesn't like me very much. But if I say that I'm about cruises, the algorithm starts to like me. If I were to niche down and say I'm just about Carnival Cruises, a specific brand, it would probably like me more. But if that's not appropriate, if just niching down to cruises as a subsection of travel, for example, so in your case, if you're just doing RPGs, and I know you're not, but that's just an example, or you're just doing PS4, that is niching it down enough that you can still do various games and you can get some algorithmic advantage there. Because the algorithm likes consistency. Yeah, Vacation Impossible did get remonetized. It's been remonetized for a couple weeks now. Maybe I just haven't looked at that option. Memberships unlock at 1K. Okay, that's cool. I will look into that. I also have to think about memberships because I need to learn about it. I need to educate myself about that. It's a function I haven't paid much attention to. You know, do people get specific advantages? Is it like Patreon? Do I need to do something for that? Or is it just sort of a set it and you turn it on and you're good to go? I don't know. Guys just talked about how to schedule uploads. That's good. Yeah, so anyways, unfortunately, I do have to kind of draw this to an early close. Just because, you know, it's a busy time of year. But I just want to say that, you know, it is a new year. And so however much stock you put into the idea of resolutions and stuff like that, I think it's a really good idea to have goals. And I think people identify well with other people who have goals. So, you know, don't go around like begging for subs and stuff, but at the same time, don't be afraid to maybe share to a degree your goals with the people that are your audience, that your family or your friends in our Facebook group, whatever. I think that's fine. So I would say set a goal. But when you're setting a goal, try to make sure it's somewhat achievable. 1 million subscribers isn't reasonable. You're going to get discouraged really fast, and that's going to actually probably cause you more harm than good. But if you set an achievable goal, I want to, get 50 subscribers next month or something like that, that's okay. It's a bit more achievable if you get it. That's great. If you come close, you won't feel so dejected. But if you want 1,000 next month and you get 50, you might beat yourself up, and so don't do that. That having been said, it's a bad example. I don't suggest subscriber goals. I think content creation goals are the way to go for 2019. How many videos do you want to make in 2019? Because you have much more control over that than how many people watch or subscribe to your content. And the simple fact is, the best thing you can do for your channel at any given time is have at least one video come out in a day. If you haven't put a video out in the last 24 hours and you're wondering, what should I spend my time on for my channel? It really should be get another video out to get the biggest bang for your buck, really. And that whole process, you learn a lot and you become better at the game by doing it. So since I am Vacation Impossible and I try to end these live streams with a challenge, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to come up with a New Year's resolution for content creation. Okay? We're talking, I want to create X number of videos in the year 2019, in the new year. And then find somewhere to share that. Maybe just post it as a post on your personal Facebook page and say, hey, my New Year's resolution is to make 100 videos. And you'd be surprised, I think, no promises, but I think you'll be surprised how many people might come out of the woodwork and be, wanting to support that. And, it's funny, I constantly post on my Facebook about my videos and stuff. And every now and then someone comes along and they're like, you got a YouTube channel? And I'm like, dude, I post about it like all the time. I post like once a week about my YouTube channel. I'm surprised people don't slap me for talking about it on Facebook so damn much. But someone will come along. And so I'm going to, immediately after this, go make my New Year's resolution and share it on Facebook. So that's my challenge to you. Go make a New Year's resolution based on something you have more control over. And I suggest content creation. I'm going to do a picture a day on Instagram. I'm going to create an Instagram. I'm going to do a video a week for the year. I'm going to do 100 videos in the new year. Something that you control, that you create, you set the timeline on, and then share it somewhere that people can see. That's my challenge to you. And Happy New Year, everybody. I wish you the best success in 2019, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the Small YouTubers Boost Facebook group. This live stream will self-destruct in 5 seconds.